Hello, world.
And we are locked in NFL Week 14 locked in picks. Myself, Max Van Auken, Dave the Wave. How are you doing?
Cuzzo, I'm doing great, buddy. How are you? You had a good week last weekend. You did pick those Houston Texans. That was our one disagreement. I put the Browns. Max, I don't know why I picked the Browns. I did. I had too much alcohol, I think. I don't know. But my best pick, I did remember, I was the Bucks. The Bucks versus the Panthers. And they upset them. So I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling okay.
There you go. We always pick each other up when we're down and vice versa. So don't keep your head down. Lift it up, Dave. Lift it up. Show the great hair. But I will say there's a couple things. So before we get started, we do this every week. Download, subscribe, locked in with 2 N's. But we've had so much going on. Like you just said, tomorrow we are going to be in the studio, 104.7 Rock of Daytona for the 200th Locked In Minute. Also, fightbananas.com, guys. Any MMA fans out there, there's fantastic pieces on that website. Also on Facebook and Instagram, Fight Bananas. So just so much to talk about. The Orlando Magic game was an absolutely amazing game against the Denver Nuggets. So it just keeps on moving, Dave.
Absolutely, Cuzzo. Don't forget, we got Island Fights December 21st. Mike Beast Boy Davis will be in the house. There's fights galore. Brock Weaver versus Tyler Hill. I cannot wait. There's just so much going on, and that's just December. I can't wait to 2019. 2019 might be the most locked-in year of all time.
100% agree. Okay, so we're going to get into these picks here, obviously game by game, and then Dave and I usually pick 100% locked in, bet your anything you want on it, your job, your career, relationship, anything that matters the most to you, the most dearest, you can certainly bet it. And then, so like we do upsets also, an upset of the week. So Dave, you ready?
And yes, I am ready, and I do have one upset special in my back pocket. You'll hear it later.
Awesome. Okay, so let's start it off. Obviously, the Packers are under a weird situation. They don't have the same head coach that normally is in there, Dave. So we have the Packers at home against the Falcons.
I went back and forth. This is one of the most trickiest games of the day. These two teams, people predicted to be the NFC Championship. They are both out of the NFC playoffs. It's unbelievable. Atlanta, Matt Ryan, Packers with Aaron Rodgers. I went back and forth, but I think the Packers will win. I think Aaron Rodgers will have an unbelievable day to say, hey, Coach McCarthy, this is how you should have coached me up the whole time. It's one of those rub it in your ex-girlfriend's back face. I'm telling you, Aaron Rodgers will get the job done. I got the Pack.
I'm in agreement with you as well. I think, kind of like you just said, so Aaron Rodgers is a very intelligent, he's a cerebral type of player, right? And he's aware of everything that's going on, all the storylines, and his legacy is truly on the line, for better or for worse. And like you said, I think you hit it right on the money, locked in. I think this is to show, hey, look, I'm still the man here in Green Bay. Let's not get it twisted. There may not be a head coach right now, but I'm still here. So I am in agreement with you, especially at home, Green Bay Packers.
Okay, that's a great game in the NFC, Max. Let's go to a great game in the AFC, and let's get down to the AFC South. We got the Colts and Andrew Luck, a disappointing loss against the Jaguars last week, to the Texans, the Houston Texans, 9 straight wins. And this has never happened in the history of the NFL that a team started 0-3. So when a team starts 0-1, oh, man, they got to win next week. 0-2, your season might be over already. 0-3, that's it. Fire Bill O'Brien, draft a rookie quarterback, give up on Deshaun Watson. No. The Texans have put 9 straight wins together. This is unbelievable. The AFC South is on the line here. Texans win, they wrap up this division. They'll be locked into the playoffs. If the Colts win, it gets crazy towards the end. Anything can happen. I went back and forth on it. I'm going with the Houston Texans at home. Deshaun Watson will beat Andrew Luck. I went against the Texans last week, and I was wrong, so I'm going back on it. Houston Texans, 10 straight wins.
I'm a Deshaun Watson guy. I love Deshaun Watson. That was our one disagreement, and I did bet the Texans. But something, and now they're the favorite, -4.5, I believe. So even though they're the favorite, and I understand why people should go for them, there's just something my heart is telling me for some reason to go with Andrew Luck and the Colts. I think For one, he just had a terrible outing against the Jaguars?
Yeah, Jaguars shut out, Max.
Exactly.
6-0.
Exactly, and we always say keep your eye out for people who had a really bad game or they're really high off a win. So obviously they didn't have the performance they wanted. So going into this game, obviously it's a must-win game, but on top of their performance last game, I think it adds that extra chip, that extra spark. So I guess I'm going to go with the upset. First disagreement, I'm going to go with Andrew Luck and the neckbeard for the upset.
Wow, sounds good, Cuzzo. All right, take off the next one.
Okay, I was going to go to my Giants, who I guess I just cannot guess them right, against the Redskins at home. Take it away.
You really are 0 for 13 this year.
I don't get it. They're terrible, and it's like, why would you ever bet for the Giants? I'm like, you're right. I should just bet against them, and then that's when they decide to win. So the floor is yours.
All right. I'm going with them. I like the momentum. I lost on them beating Philly a couple weeks ago, and I said I like the momentum. They won 2 games in a row before that, and then they lost to Philly close, and then they just beat the Bears, who's a really good team. Yeah. I know Chase Daniel was the quarterback, but they still beat the Lions, so that's a good win. They won 3 out of 4. I think they're going to win 4 out of 5. They're not giving up on this year yet. The NFC, maybe an 8-8 team can sneak into the postseason, so they're not officially eliminated. And Odell Beckham Jr., Saquon Barkley, Rookie of the Year on the offensive side, I'm going with the Giants to beat Washington.
I am too, and they are the favorite. And the Redskins are suffered a lot of injuries. Both you and I have noticed how much they've changed because of these injuries. So that
Max, I just got a call real quick from the Washington Redskins. They might want me to start quarterback this week.
Well, in that case, I'm going with the Redskins. No, I'm playing.
I'm just going down. They've had so many injuries to the quarterback position, the most important position in sports. You hit that right on the nail.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with the Giants as well. We have the Patriots and the Dolphins. I guess I'm going to take the floor on this one. No secret here. Like we always say, is Brady playing? Is Belichick coaching? Yes and yes. I'm going to go with the Patriots over the Dolphins.
I agree. I think that's my same, but I'll let you have it this week.
There we go.
But one thing with the Patriots, though, they've always struggled in Miami.
Yep.
It's just one of those things. They're a northern team. Miami is still hot. Where we live here in Florida, Cuzzo, it's still 72 degrees during the day, so the game could get hot. So the Patriots should win, but these are one of these games. Just keep your eye on it. Miami might play them tough.
Okay, now this is one of the most exciting games to look forward to. Obviously, the Cowboys, whenever the Stars playing, you're going to get views, you're going to get people interested, and then you have the Super Bowl champs who have not been themselves with Carson Wentz, politics, anything you want to mention, anything to give them issues this year. It seems like it has. This is tough, Dave. Cowboys at home, they have a little bit of a run going, but both you and I really agree with this. Dak isn't good when he ad-libs. He's not good when he's off script. They have a good roster. I love Ezekiel Elliott when he's on the field running the ball, but they are limited. Who do you have with this game? This is a tough one.
Wow. It sounded like you're persuading to go to Philly.
I don't know. I don't know. I may not be doing that.
I love it. We might do the reverse psychology. I'm not messing around with it. I'm not thinking about it. I am going with Philadelphia. This was my upset pick of the week. Philly is a 3 to 3.5 point underdog. I love Philly in this spot. I think they know their backs are totally against the wall because they're a game behind Dallas, and if they lose this game, the division's wrapped up. It kind of reminds me of the Texans-Colts game in a little bit. So Philly, the defending champions, know that they need this football game or their season is over. And Dallas, I think, to me, is too high. They've won 4 straight games. They just beat the best team in the NFL last week in the Saints. I think they're too high. Philly will catch them in this game and win this game 28-27.
Wow. This is a tough one. I was flip-flopping back and forth, to be honest with you. And a part of me wanted to go with Dallas because I believe they all have the better team this year. Like, I think they're just playing better. They're in sync. There's just something off with Philadelphia this year. You could say it's coaching. Whatever the case is, there's something off. Super Bowl hangover. But there is something we've been saying, and we've said it all the history of the Locked In podcast, is that quarterback matters, and I trust Carson Wentz more than I trust Dak Prescott, especially in big games where – now, I love the fundamentals that Dak has, but I don't trust him when it's off script, and I think the Eagles know how limited he is. And like you said, going into this game, it's at Dallas, huge game. I'm agreeing with you with Carson Wentz and the Eagles.
Wow, sounds good. Sounds good. All right, we're in a big serious game with Philly and Dallas. Let's go to an unserious game. The New York Jets, the Buffalo Bills, the AFC East. Who will be the bottom sellers? We got two rookie quarterbacks. Sam Darnold will start this game for the Jets. Josh Allen will start this game for Buffalo. I'm interested to see both young quarterbacks.
You're going with your
throw
Bills.
The picks. Huh?
You're going with your Bills, aren't you?
111%.
I could just
Buffalo
tell.
Bills.
I could just tell.
Josh Allen, Max. Josh Allen has been wonderful for the last 2 weeks. He was doing pretty good, and then he got hurt, and I think that helped him. It's one of those things you sit back, you watch how other veteran quarterbacks do it, you watch a lot of tape, and you almost just take a month off. He has been running the ball. He's been the best running quarterback for 2 straight weeks, even more rushing yards than Lamar Jackson, which is just kind of mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And then at the end, so he lost to Miami last week at Miami, which Miami's a borderline playoff team. But if you didn't watch the game, he actually led Buffalo down the field and had the game-winning touchdown throw, but his tight end dropped it. So if he would have got that, Buffalo would have been on a 2-game winning streak with 2 great performances by Josh Allen. So I'm a Buffalo guy. I've seen the tape. I think Buffalo will beat the Jets.
And they're at home. And the thing about the Jets, Dave, we may be Sam Darnold guys, but we're not Jets guys. I never thought this roster was a great roster. So I may trust Sam, and even as a rookie, I trust him more than the roster. So that being said, I am in agreement with you. I'm impressed with your quarterback, and obviously that's the most important position. We've been saying it all podcast. I'll go with your Bills at home as well, but I have one for you here, Dave. Do you have the Browns at home, Baker Mayfield, your favorite player in the National Football Association league, over the Panthers?
Because if there's a first-time listener, when they download this episode on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or iHeartRadio, and if they hear this, please tell them that you're kidding. I'm an anti-Baker Mayfield guy. I do not like the Browns. I like the Panthers in this game. Panthers have lost 4 games in a row. They're still not out of the NFC playoff race, so they got to win this game. This game means more for the Panthers than the Browns. Easy pick. Panthers win.
In agreement as well. I'll take Cam Newton over Baker Mayfield any day. Any day. Yeah, I know, and it was just a joke, guys. He doesn't love Baker Mayfield. It's a love-hate relationship, right?
Definitely. And talking about a love-hate relationship, it's the holiday season. You sometimes put on a couple extra pounds of weight. Don't you? It's one of those things. You get chocolate, you go to parties, you eat more pizza. If you want to be fit, go to MyFitMeals. Check them out on Facebook. Check out Dimitri, MyFitMeals. You can lose 5 pounds. You can put on 3 pounds of muscle, whatever you want to do. Check out MyFitMeals.
There we go. Let's go to our guy, Richie from Pep-Boys, Dave. Make sure you guys mention Locked In. He's a big Raiders fan. He's having a great season this year, 2-10. He has so much to celebrate. They're playing the Steelers at home. No secret here. I'm going with Pittsburgh, Dave.
100% Pittsburgh. Let's keep the train rolling.
Okay. Vikings we'll save that. That's Monday. We'll save that one. Let's just go to the Ravens and the Chiefs. This is a good game, but the Chiefs are at home. Patrick Mahomes, obviously, 10-2. I'll take this one again. I'm going to go with the Chiefs at home.
Absolutely. It is a good game. AFC could be an AFC playoff game if Baltimore keeps on winning.
Yeah.
But Pat Mahomes may be the MVP of the league. Chiefs at home. The only little thing, I don't like drama around your football team. And with the whole cutting of Kareem Hunt, since the video was spilled by TMZ, there's been a lot of drama around KC. So it could be one of those things all week long. They're just answering questions about Kareem Hunt and not studying Baltimore secondary. So it's one of those games. I'm picking the Chiefs, but just keep your eye out. I wouldn't put money on it. I just don't know how their mental, they might struggle against Baltimore.
I just want to elaborate very quickly about Kareem Hunt. People there's obviously two sides of it. Do you agree with what they did or do you disagree? And for me, in my opinion, I think it's amazing what the Chiefs did. I think having the sense of professionalism and making sure everybody is doing the right thing on and off the field is something that is very honorable, and I respect that 100%. And now as far as Kareem Hunt, I'm all for second chances. And what he said and how he talked about the situation was a good sign. He really addressed the situation, took ownership, admitted that he was wrong, and is seeking help. And I think that's a great sign for anybody that's in that type of situation. So for Kareem Hunt, I still think there's a future for him in this league. As long as he seeks help, acknowledges the situation, owns up to what he did wrong, I'm all for second chances. What are your 2 cents on that?
Wow, that was very well said, Max. Really was. I'm a second, third chance guy. I really am. If you don't, cross a major line that you can never come back on, I will always give a man or a woman a second chance. Always. People make mistakes daily. One thing I kind of don't agree with. I don't know if the Chiefs made the right move by just cutting him, releasing him. And let me say a couple things on that. For one, he's a hell of a player, one of the best running backs in the world. Second-year player making no money on the contract, led the league last year in rushing as a rookie and could lead the league this year. So, that's life, and people are not going to want to hear this. People get treated differently when they are a professional football player. That's just life. If you're a teacher, or you're the president, you can do different things and get away with it. That's just life. And I know people are not going to like that, but that's America. And also with him just being cut, it's not, I almost feel like maybe Kansas City could have helped the man instead of helping the running back for a second and say, hey, Kareem, we're going to bring you in. We're going to suspend you for the rest of the year. But we want to, here's therapy. Let's talk about what happened. Andy Reid is a good mentor. I think there's a couple players on the team that could have helped him as well. So sometimes when someone makes a mistake, the best thing to do is to wrap your arms around them and try to teach and try to love and try to, put more water on this flower and let it blossom again. Sometimes just cutting the flower right from your garden, it will die and will never come back again. So I don't think cutting him was the right move. I would have kept him on the Chiefs. I know it's maybe not a popular pick by me, but I would have kept him and try to, put my arms around him and see what Kareem Hunt, what he really has, what's his soul like, and see what he can come back and join the team next season.
No, and that makes sense. That's a legitimate point, but I would just rebuttal with this. I think it was more of a culture statement. Is just obviously losing him, like you said, with the contract and his talent and what he's able to do on the field. It's a loss. It's certainly a loss from the football perspective, but I think it was more of a cultural decision and statement to show that, hey, this is a professional program over here. This is a professional team, and we don't have any of that nonsense. And I think it sends a message to the rest of the league because we see more player mobility now in the NFL than pretty much ever. So with more players switching teams, having a stable and firm culture, I think, is crucial. Look at New England. I can credit pretty much all their success. Of course, you have talent and you have a great coach, but that great coach has instilled a culture where there's no funny business. And that's why they're so professional and precise and no penalties because of the culture. And I think the Chiefs, they understand they have the quarterback for the future, Dave. Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback of the future. So with him, I think making sure the culture around him, surrounding him, will help elevate him and the Chiefs for years to come.
Hey, Max, that is a really good point, but I will rebuttal on your Patriots. You said they don't have any funny business and they're the good culture, and they are. But they needed a wide receiver. They needed a playmaker. So they went out and traded for the biggest headache, the biggest funny business wide receiver in the game for the last 5 years, Josh Gordon, who they put his arms around him. They watered him. They wanted to try to see if they can make him a better human being. And he's came back tenfold. He's blossomed into a rose. He's really helped New England. They've really helped their playoff chances in the AFC. And guys, this is a business. This isn't Boy Scouts. This is a professional business. And the Patriots and the Chiefs, if they meet in the AFC Championship game and Josh Gordon makes a big play and they don't have Kareem Hunt to make a big play against them and the Patriots go to another Super Bowl, what does that do to the whole roster, all the fan base, the whole culture? I agree. I don't want knuckleheads, all around my roster. But I think maybe sitting him down and for the next 4 games, 6 games, and letting him think about what he did and try to talk him up might be a better route than just releasing him.
I never said they didn't inherit those type of people, but typically someone who keeps going against their system or something with this type of situation hasn't remained in New England. Like, they're very, hey, it's our program or nothing. Now, they've inherited players that they were able to wrap their hands around. And, like, Kareem Hunt will have a place in this league, and he deserves it if he, like I said, everything before, if he does all the right steps. But my point being is they inherit people that are able to fit in the system, but I don't think they're a big fan of people breaking the system often, besides Gronk, of course. And that's more
the very last point. The Patriots did draft Aaron Hernandez. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah. We also have the Bengals and the Chargers. Chargers at home just defeated the Steelers, Dave. In agreement here, Chargers?
This is my 100% locked-in pick of Week 14, the Chargers. I went out on the limb. The AFC was a Patriots-Steelers Super Bowl every single time. And the Chiefs have been the surprising team this year. Not a lot of people picked them. But before this season, I put my money on Philip Rivers. I was going to call him Philip Chargers. That's a pretty good name. Philip Rivers and that offensive unit with so many weapons, Gordon, Williams, Keenan Allen, they're just great. The Chargers 100% locked this game in.
Nice. We also have the Saints versus the Buccaneers, and now this may be one of my 100% locked-ins. It was between these two, because I did have the Chargers dominating the Bengals, but I'll go with the Saints. They're favored by 8.5 against the Buccaneers, who are 5-7. No secret here. If it's my 100% locked in, I'm going with the Saints.
Yeah, the Saints will win this game. The Saints lost to the Bucs the first game of the season, so it's a revenge game, and they're coming off a loss, so it's like a double whammy. Saints will be amped for this football game.
There we go. Broncos versus the 49ers. 49ers at home.
Broncos will win.
Agreed. And now we also have the Lions, your favorite. Just in case you guys haven't heard this podcast, Matt Patricia is Dave's favorite head coach in the league against the Cardinals.
Man, this game, you cannot pay me $150 to sit and watch this game for 3.5 hours. The Lions-Cardinals, horrible game, 2 teams rebuilding. I will pick the Lions and Matt Stafford, though, to beat the Cardinals.
Agree as well. And then we also have – this is a good game. This is a very good game. We have the Rams.
Sunday Night Football.
Yes, the Rams versus the Bears at home. 2 elite teams. I'll take the floor with this one. Obviously, Khalil Mack. And then what Matt Nagy has done with the Bears, Mitchell Trubisky. I'm still going with the Rams. I think the Rams are the type of team where they find somebody who could be a possible threat, and they live up to this match. And I think the Rams, Sean McVay, Jared Goff, what this roster's been able to do, I'm going to go with the Rams on the road.
100% agree. I got the Rams, better offensive weapons, better quarterback, the whole thing, the whole offensive line, defensive line. I like the Rams in this spot. Cuzzo, if you and I do not disagree on Monday Night Football, we would have went back-to-back weeks with just one disagreement, and that one disagreement involved the Houston Texans, our guy Deshaun Watson. Cuzzo, tell me it ain't true. I hope we disagree on this game. 2 really good NFC teams, 2 teams bidding for the NFC playoffs. We got the Vikings, Seattle Seahawks, Monday Night Football. Cuzzo, I don't think we go 1, 2, 3 pick. I'll let you go first.
Okay. I think the Vikings are an elite team, but I like the Seahawks. At home, Russell Wilson, he's the better quarterback in this situation with him and Pete Carroll and this improved running game. I'm going with the Seahawks at home.
I got the Seahawks.
There we go.
And your 3 points, I think they have a better coach, a better quarterback, and a better running game. That was literally, I had those 3 points written down. You nailed it. Kelso, you're locked in like always. I cannot wait to get with Frank 104.7 tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. I can't wait to get locked in.
I know, it's going to be amazing, but before we let you guys go, first of all, MagnaLoops. Check it out, magnaloops.com. It's such a quick and easy innovation where it allows you to be it's like user-friendly in a way where you're eating chips and you can fold up your chips. You need something to just hold something, it holds it. Wires. Like I said, I eat chips all the time when I watch my favorite shows, so it's just so easy for me to use that. But anything you need, Dave, like holding pencils and pens, MagnaLoops is so convenient.
100% agree. I just put up my Christmas lights on last week.
Yep.
And one of the wires was just too long hanging, so I tied it around a MagnaLoop, stuck it to my house, and it stayed right up. So MagnaLoops, you don't know when you're going to use it and how, but you will.
There you go, guys. Download and subscribe. Locked In with 2 N's on any podcast platform. Leave a comment if you disagree, you agree, you compliment Dave's hair, right? You name it. So, Dave, any last words?
Don't drink or drive.
Wait, hold on, time out. Usually I let it go, but you started off the episode, you're like, maybe I drank too much that night, and then your ending words are, don't drink and drive. I love it.
You drink in the private of your home with your loved ones. Come on, Max.
I know. Anyway, guys, like always, stay locked in.